you're here. Yay.
You can hear me okay?
We can.
Okay,
we
great.
can.
Good. Well, let me,
Oh, here comes Carolyn and Nalini. Nalini is spelling with her daughter. So that would be really fun.
Oh.
Nalini is spelling with her daughter. Wow, we're doing really well with people getting on time.
I'm having a little problem and I disappeared.
I'm a little nervous because I am the only one from the SCLO library team.
Oh.
Yeah, they're all aware.
Hey, there's going to be someone else that's a single speller too, so you won't be the only soloist.
Right. Well, Katie, Scott Stilson did recruit 2 other people.
Oh.
So
okay.
He's got someone from California coming on.
Oh, nice. Well, I'll just have them. I don't have their names, so maybe I'll just have them introduce themselves.
That would work.
Okay.
I have their names too. But
well, if you want to give them to me, you can.
Sure. Okay. Here comes Ellen. You're not on your own anymore. Okay. That's Diamondback truck covers. We have Scott Stilson, Ben Goldman.
Wait a minute, I don't see, what's his team?
Diamondback truck covers. It's better than autocorrect.
Okay, Scott Stilson and who else?
Ben Goldman.
Ben Goldman, okay.
And Aaron Gottwald.
Aaron, boy or girl Aaron? E-R-I-N or A-A?
A-A.
And what's the last name?
Gottwald, G-O-T-W-A-L-T.
Okay. Remind me, Amy, am I going to be sharing my screen at all?
Yes, I need to make you a co-host. Okay, let me do that because you've got the slides for the intro.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait a minute, I don't have the slides up. I better go find them and grab them. So.
Okay, we're doing really well with the spellers coming on. Okay, the beekeepers are all here. Let's see. The stargazers are all here.
I don't see my partner for Webster's Wise Guys. Rosa is her name.
Okay, no, I don't think Rosa's here yet. We do have a backup speller if we need one, and that's Karen. Okay, the money masters are all here.
I think has a cheerleader.
Yeah, I think we're waiting for Steve Lockman. Okay, we have to Infinitive and Beyond from Kcf Technologies. Ola's here.
Yeah, hi Amy, it's Elise and Tara's on here as well.
Oh, excellent, wonderful, thank you. Okay, now the right stuff is here. So it's Webster's. Oh, here's Rosa. Rosa's coming in. So they're here.
Amy, I don't actually have the slides as a PowerPoint. I have them as just a big long scroll. So I'm going to have to scroll through. Let me show you.
Okay.
What it look like briefly. And let me just share my screen too. So it's like this, and I'll just have to scroll through.
Okay, that will be fine.
Okay.
Okay, I think.
Is there any way for the team? Is there any way for us to group our team together, the faces of our team together on the same screen?
Well, we're going to change to speaker view. So now you're on speaker view. So no, I'm going to say no because we need to leave it on speaker view.
So it'll be on. It's on speaker view now or gallery view?
It's on speaker view now. So whoever's talking is going to be the person you're going to see.
If I can interject, if you have yours on speaker view, you can rearrange your own screen. If you pick up if you left click on anybody's face and move it around close to you, it'll just rearrange the tiles for you. If you'd like to do that just for viewing your own viewing. Everybody will have to do it themselves.
Thank you. So Hillary and Mark, I'm going to do that for my screen. I'm going to put our faces together.
Okay, so everyone can do it for themselves. Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying, Pam?
How do you do that?
Well, we don't need to. It's just that they're
You're all in the same place.
logged in separately. We're all
You have to
See us all?
No, we don't have to see you all.
No,
I
but-
think it's when people are like apart, they'd like to see each other a little more easily.
but
Pam, is that right?
same room.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, actually, if you're in gallery view, like right now I'm looking at everybody on gallery view. And what I did was I rearranged and put the clock first, and then me, and then Rosa, my partner, next. And so that makes it nice and easy.
So how did you put the tiles next to each other that you wanted next to each other?
I just left clicked on the one that I wanted to move, and you just drag and drop like you do anything else.
It's not working over here.
Are you in gallery view?
Yes.
I don't know why then, because mine actually looks like a hand, and you just grab it with you keep your clicker pushed down, your left click, and just grab it and move
It's
it.
not working for me either, Darlene.
Yeah, you have to have the most recent Zoom update. So if you don't, then it wouldn't work.
I bet I don't. Yeah.
Okay. So for CNET, let me just talk to CNET for a moment. What do you need from me as a host? Pam's a co-host. Katie's a co-host. What do you need from us? Okay, so it doesn't matter what I do with my screen. You're good with what you're doing? Okay. All right, Bradley Long's going to reboot and come back in. He's having some audio issues. So, you already have. Okay. You're great.
Done and back, and they're fixed about it fixed about 1%.
All right. Well, we just do the best we can.
Yeah,
and,
it's lovely computer not wanting to push the Zoom stuff to the right speaker.
Okay, it looks to me like everybody's on but one team, which is the Diamondback truck cover is better than autocorrect.
Who came up with our name?
It's the same as last year. It's the same as last year.
I have a question for Katie. Katie, are you going to call on the teams in alphabetical order then?
No, I have a list. I'll read out the list here. It's the Stargazers, Batting for Books. Oh, actually, it is alphabetical order by the team names, it looks like. Yeah. Well, wait a minute. No, not exactly.
By sponsor.
Oh, by sponsor. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Stargazers, Batting for Books, Booze and Shoes, the Beekeepers, the Spellbinders, Eager Readers, Better Than Autocorrect, First Citizens Community Bank, Foxdale Fanatics, the Spellisarios, to Infinitive and Beyond, The Right Stuff, the Safe Travelers, Money Masters, How Do You Spell SCLO, and Webster's Wise Guys. And I'll go over that one more time once we start.
Okay, our last team's coming in. Sam just arrived. I don't have a Sam on my list though. Okay, we'll have to find out who Sam
We have a Zoom
is.
hacker.
Yeah.
New sucker, did you say?
No, a Zoom hacker.
Oh. Hi, Hillary. Good to meet you.
You too. Abs.
Are there team members that are just meeting now for the first time?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Rosa.
This is
I'm Jen.
in so many ways tonight.
It is. It's an experiment.
Yeah, all of life is an experiment anymore, right?
Right.
True, true.
Yeah, I'm asking Sam to unmute so we know who Sam is.
Oh, hey, my name is Ben. I'm not sure why it's showing up as Sam.
Oh, okay. Welcome. You're Ben
I'm-
Goldman.
Yes, that's me. Thank you.
It's great to see you here, and
Thanks.
we're waiting for Scott and Aaron. Oh, here comes
Hey,
Scott.
Yeah,
So
they're on their way.
we only have one speller to come in. Is Janet here yet?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, judges. Let's talk to the judges just for a second.
I have, Janet, I have you down for giving the verdict on whether the word is spelled right or wrong. And I have Cindy Hall down for keeping track of missed words.
Yep, that's all I got.
Okay.
Great. Great. Nalini, did you have a question?
My question was, is the communication between partners going to be through this chat in this everyone, like everybody sees our chat? How are we planning it?
Yes. Now you're a team of two, so if you want to tag your daughter, you can. You could make it private. That's fine.
Okay.
But we're gonna leave the chat open. If you have 3 people on your team, Hillary, I love your kitty. That's a beautiful kitty cat. Oh my goodness. If you have 3 people on your team, use the everyone for the chat.
Are we communicating through?
Oh,
chat?
Scott still sends in. I think everybody's here. I didn't realize Scott had come in. So I have everyone checked off, like all teams are complete.
Wonderful.
Amy, so we're communicating among the team members by chat or by voice?
You can do either or both.
Okay.
Oh, did Aaron come in? Maybe that was the one we were waiting for. Is Aaron here yet?
Aaron is not here yet. And he just sent me a message saying that his afternoon schedule, he's on the West Coast. And his afternoon schedule, okay, he now says I can probably join early, but can't go much beyond 5 his time. Well, 5 his time is 8 his time. So, okay.
Oh, good Lord. I hope we're done by then.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not sure where he is now. Maybe, let me see here. Aaron. Won't need to stay past your time. I mean, there's no sense in us. I don't know when we're slated to go, our team, but I guess.
Well, we have a minute till 6 o'clock, so
we do. Okay.
We can give it a minute.
So are we not doing separate breakout rooms or something?
No, it's too time consuming. Katie will go over the rules. It's going to have a lot of flow because you're going to get your words like it's a live bee, and then you have 35 seconds, and then you'll be spelling. So yeah, we didn't want to slow you down with breakout rooms.
So we just put in to everyone what we. I guess I'm not super clear on.
You'll be chatting over as you discuss how to spell the word. We'll all be privy to your conversation. So whether you do it on chat or whether you talk to each other over Zoom. We'll all be listening in, which will add another element of drama this year.
Yeah.
The other team should all be quiet, right? When one team is going. Right.
So I guess we can't do like where we write it down and look at it and decide which one we want to go with. That way. Okay.
Yes. If it's not your team, then you should be muted.
Right.
So
will someone central be managing who is muted and who is not, or is it every person for themselves for that?
We're going to ask people to mute themselves. If we end up with an issue, then Pam is on and she'll mute people. But
do you think this is a presidential debate?
When do you mute yourself?
Sizzle, sizzle.
yeah, we're going to ask people to just, when you're not spelling, mute yourself. Now the judges will be unmuted. And of course, Katie.
Amy,
Yes?
can you all hear me okay?
Yeah.
I'm leaving the microphone on the clock on.
Yeah, I'm used to using a mouse. Sorry.
So people can, and this is the first time we've ever done this, so people can see the clock. So just so they know what happens, the contestants can see the clock and see how much time they've got. And I let that mic on so they'll hear the buzzer as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and just to clarify, Amy, I think you said you were saying 35 seconds. It's typically 30. Is that, we usually do 30 seconds, right? You're muted.
Unmute, Amy.
You're muted.
The talking clock.
Yes.
Just give it a tap. Just
And sometimes, I didn't mute myself, so I guess Zoom wanted me to stop.
the one on the left.
Pam, are
So-
you muting?
Yeah.
So if we start spelling the word and then the buzzer goes off, but we're not quite done spelling it, are we out? Or do we just have to start?
Spelling, yeah.
Okay.
Well, if we're muted, how can they hear us talking?
You unmute.
No,
You unmute when it's your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Aaron.
Turn, we unmute.
Why can't we wait till we're ready and then unmute?
Because they're supposed to hear the conversation.
They want to hear it, okay.
Okay, Aaron just came into the room, so I think everybody's here.
Yep, everybody's here.
Amy, let me add something else there. All right. We're doing 35 seconds, correct?
Yes.
Oh, we are
Okay.
doing 35, okay.
Yeah.
And historically, as Katie says, if you start spelling within the 35 seconds, that's I'll stop the clock at that point. That way they're not interrupted by that damn buzzer.
That sounds like a good plan. Okay, well, we're ready. So to open the B, we're going to have Mary Dupuy unmute herself, and she's going to open the B. And I want you to know that Mary has chaired the B for decades and is really a foundational person in making this happen. So welcome, Mary.
Thank you. So you're ready to go?
We're ready.
I'm ready to go, and I'll just start, and from then on it's devil take the hindmost, right? All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 21st annual Ron and Mary Maxwell Community Spelling. We're here to represent the Mid-State Literacy Council and a number of sponsors all over the county area. And so we welcome you to begin with, but we also want you to think about the Ruth C. Kistler Service Award. For this year, the Mid-State Literacy Council is giving the Ruth C. Kistler Service Award to AAUW State College for its ongoing contributions to the council. Every year we give this award to an individual or group who has made a significant contribution to the council. For over 10 years, AAUW State College has contributed funds to the council annually for a scholarship fund for council students who can't afford to pay registration fees for the courses they need. It's a pleasure for the council to honor AAUW State College for this long-time contribution and its continuing support for council activities. We note that AAUW branch also now supporting the spelling bee by sponsoring a team. They are doing again this year. So we congratulate AAUW State College and thank them for all our students and staff. And now, Katie, let's get on with the show.
Okay, thank you, Mary. Good evening. I'd like to add my welcome this evening to the Ron and Mary Maxwell Community Spelling Bee. We'll start with a few notes and a brief review of the rules. Like everything in 2020, tonight's bee will be unprecedented. And while that word may be overused these days, you can rest assured that you will undoubtedly be hearing some words for the very first time tonight. Some of you are spelling bee veterans, but for those of you who are new or who need a refresher, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to say each word, use it in a sentence, and repeat it, trying my best to pronounce it the same way all 3 times. At that point, the clock will start ticking. I'll repeat the word up to 3 times at your request, and I'll also give the definition of the word and or the origin of the word by request only. Our reference this year, just by the way, for definitions and word origins is Merriam-Webster's, and for pronunciation, we're using dictionary.com. We've tried to select words that have no variant spellings in American English, but they may have some variant pronunciations sometimes. And I'm just going to give the dictionary.com pronunciation, which is typically one of the most common. We're going to ask you to mute yourself when it's not your turn. And when it is your turn to spell, we'd like to have every member of your team turn on your cameras so that the audience can watch you strategize. And team members can still consult as they usually do. You can use either the chat or you can talk on Zoom among your team, but be aware that we will all be reading your chat and listening in along with you. So keep it clean. And I'm sure this is going to add another little element of drama to our bee tonight. So you'll have 35 seconds to spell your word. When your 35 seconds are up, the designated team leader must begin to spell the word. If your train of thought derails in the middle of a word, you can stop and start again from the beginning, but the clock will not stop ticking. We're going to allow you 1 missed word as usual, but 2 strikes and you're out. Now we have no sudden death round this year. It was just a little bit too complex to do. So instead, we're just going to continue round after round after round until we get a winner or until we run out of words. We won't have our usual midpoint break when Sally Shirk and the rest of the B team typically feed us. And oh, how I will miss that, but that's something to look forward to next year. But it should also help to keep things moving. So I hope you all did some BYOB and some snacks. And now let's meet our judges. The Honorable Carmine Prestia is still doing time after all these years. He's monitoring the stopwatch and he will let you know when you must begin serving your spell. Center Daily Times publisher, Janet Santastefano, will render the verdict on whether the word is properly spelled. And AAUW co-president Cindy Hall will track the repeat offenders and let you know when it's time to go. And now to introduce our teams and sponsors, I'm going to share my screen here. Oh, I guess I should have done that a little bit sooner. Okay, so we have our King and Queen bee sponsors are Galen and Nancy Dreibelbis, community developers. They're sponsoring 2 teams, the Stargazers, whose spellers are Nalini Krishnan Cuddy and Mahima Kumara, and Batting for Books, whose team members are Brad Long and Tracy Roth. Our beekeeper sponsors are the Center Daily Times, your #1 source of local news and information, and Rapid Transit Sports. This is a family-owned, longtime supporter of the Literacy Council with the best selection of athletic footwear in the region. Remember, replace your shoes, not your jeans. Rapid Transit Sports team is Booze and Shoes, and the team members are Mark Hayes, Darlene Shiver, and Hillary Appleman. Thank you to our beekeeper sponsors. Our honeybee sponsors are Blake and Linda Gall. Living in the State College community for 34 years, Blake and Linda have been very active in philanthropy here. Their team is the beekeepers, and the team members are Talet Azar, Sally Kalin, and Connie Schroeder. And then we have our worker bee sponsors. First, we've got Babs, Callan, Clements, and Zomnier. Babs Callan provides focused legal services to corporations, closely held businesses, and municipalities. And in just a minute, I'm going to tell you who their team members are. Their team is the Spellbinders. Team members are Carolyn Yakaran, Ashley Craig, and Donna Heedner. Next, we have Comfort Toyota, sales and service of new Toyotas and BMWs and used vehicles. Their team is the Eager Readers. Team members are Lane Deacons and Chris Ehian Kim. Next, we have Diamondback Truck Covers, employing 60 neighbors just up the mountain in Phillipsburg to make the toughest truck bed covers in the world. And Scott Stilson. The team is Better Than Autocorrect. Team members are Scott Stilson, Ben Goldman, and joining us from the West Coast, Aaron Gottwald. That's a first for RB. Next, we have First Citizens Community Bank. Our goal is to support the growth of the communities we serve. We put the unity in community. Their team is First Citizens Community Bank, and members are Paula Bigatel and Eddie Cassiano. Next, we have Foxdale Village, a Quaker-directed continuing care retirement community, providing residential, wellness, and healthcare needs for older people. Their team is the Foxdale Fanatics. Team members, Helen Warren, Bunny Moon, and Megan Kalin. Next, we have the Hamilton Square Shopping Center, your hometown shopping center. Their team is the Spellisarios. Team members, Russell Frank, Ann Hoag, and Cindy Simmons. Then we have Kcf Technologies. KCF is on a mission to optimize American manufacturing, solving problems within the IIoT world, which I believe is the Industrial Internet of Things. Their team is To Infinitive and Beyond. Team members, Elise Noyes, Tara Mars, and Dave Craig. Next is McQuaid Blasco. We are committed to meeting the evolving needs of our clients and communities. And joining them are the Penn State Writing Tutors, offering free assistance to Penn State students, helping them through the process of any kind of writing. Their team is The Right Stuff. Team members, Tabitha Fisher and Olivia Karshner. Next is Tire Town. Tire Town is your complete auto service center. Their team is the Safe Travelers. Team members, Mike Casper, Eston Martz, and John Dickinson. And then we have U Financial and Winkin Wealth Management, retirement planning and estate planning for individuals and businesses across Pennsylvania. Their team is the Money Masters. Team members are Holly Giannatasio, Brianna McKean, and Jennifer O'Connor. And next we have Wasson Insurance, serving the community by providing home, auto, business, health, and life insurance since 1929. Their team is How Do You Spell SCLO? Team members, Steve Lockman, Virginia Squire, and Ellen White. And finally, we have Webster's Bookstore and Cafe, offering a food and beverage menu, as well as our thousands of used books, local and featured new books and merchandise, teaming up with White Porch Inn by Tom Shirk, a beautifully appointed B&B in Provincetown, Massachusetts. Enjoy your vacation with excellent service. And their team is Webster's Wise Guys. And the team members are Jennifer Delosier and Rosa Papp. Oh, and the writing tutors of Penn State and Ruth Kistler are also there. Your gift to literacy in our community is much appreciated. And I would also like to just note that the sponsors and the spellers really make this possible. And the sponsors, if you get an opportunity to patronize their business, please do, because they really get that we're all in this together, and make sure you thank them for their support of literacy in Center County and throughout the center region, throughout central Pennsylvania. Okay, so let me stop that share and and find my first round. Hang on a minute, just give me a minute. I'm kind of drowning in papers here. Okay, here we go, round one. Well, let me just preface this by saying that this is the Mid-State Literacy Council's 21st year. We turned 21 years old. And those of you who live in a college town, like most of us do, know that that is an age that is traditionally celebrated with rites of passage, involving sometimes things like, oh, say, ceremonial beverages. Well, to mark our 21st year, we're going to start not with a rite of passage, but with a written passage. Each of the words in this round are contained in a sentence taken from a coming-of-age novel. So the first word will go to the Stargazers, team sponsor, Galen and Nancy Dreibelbis. And the first word is from a separate piece by John Knowles, Enmity. You and Phineas are even already. You are even in enmity. Enmity.
Mahima,
Yeah.
I can't see you. Do you think?
I think that's got to be the word.
Could you define it for us, please?
The state or feeling of being actively opposed or hostile to someone or something.
All right. I think that spelling looks good.
Do you want to say it?
Yeah.
Are we being overconfident?
No, that's good. So now we can spell it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So enmity, ENMITY. Enmity.
You got it.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. And next up, batting for books, team sponsor, Galen and Nancy Dreibelbis. From The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Hypocrite. Because Stratlater puts on a front, he's a hypocrite. Oh, and also a phony. Hypocrite.
All right, Brad, what do you think? Do you see my word spelling there?
Yes, I do, and it looks dead on.
All right, go for it.
HYPOCRITE.
You got it.
All right, good job.
Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you.
Next up, Booze and Shoes, team sponsor, Rapid Transit Sports. From the House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros. Dominoes. On Tuesdays, Rafaela's husband comes home late because that's the night he plays dominoes. Dominoes.
Okay, who's our designated speller?
Darlene, you see our chats? Darlene, you're muted. Can you see we typed in? You're muted.
You're muted, Darlene.
I'm not anymore.
Can you see
Okay.
it?
No, I don't see what's typed in.
Yes.
Well, we got it. Who's our designated speller?
You are. You're the
Okay.
senator.
Okay, go for it.
Well, I'll go ahead and spell it now then. Dominoes. Dominoes. Dominoes.
That's correct.
All right, next up. The Beekeepers, team sponsor Blake and Linda Gall. From Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Suitors. You don't need scores of suitors. You need only one, if he's the right one. Suitors.
Okay, team, how about Suitors?
Good, Connie.
Okay, official spelling, Suitors.
You are right.
Okay, next up are the Spellbinders, team sponsor Babs Calland. From Sag Harbor by Colson Whitehead. Ephemeral. As time went on, we learned to arm ourselves in our different ways. Some of us with real guns, some of us with more ephemeral weapons. Ephemeral.
You agree with that, Donna and Carolyn?
Yes. Yes. Carolyn, you didn't unmute.
Sorry, I was chatting and nodding. Yes, I think that's right.
Okay. Final spelling, Ephemeral. Ephemeral.
That's right.
Okay, next up, we have the Eager Readers, team sponsor, Confer Toyota. From A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. Adolescence. There would be love stories when she came into adolescence, and when she wanted to feel a closeness to someone, she could read a biography. Adolescence.
Okay, adolescence. ADOLESCENCE. Adolescence.
Correct.
All right. And next we have Better Than Autocorrect, team sponsor, Diamondback Truck Covers and Scott Stilson. From Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace. Contemptible. These things you find so weak and contemptible in us, these are just the hazards of being free. Contemptible.
Ben, I put something in our private chat there. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go with it.
By the way, Aaron, he decided he can't make it, actually. He's in the middle of his workday, so it is just Ben and me. Anyway, say contemptible, CONTEMPTIBLE, contemptible.
You got it.
All right. Next up, we have First Citizens Community Bank, team sponsor, First Citizens Community Bank. From Go Tell It on the Mountain by James Baldwin. Impenetrable. John looked with a child's impenetrable gravity into the preacher's face. Impenetrable.
Yeah, I see it. I go with it.
Okay, final spelling, impenetrable. IMPENETRABLE.
Correct.
Thank you.
Nicely done. Okay. Next up, we have Foxdale Fanatics, team sponsor, Foxdale Village. From Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Solemnly, and the mists had all solemnly risen now, and the world lay spread before me. Solemnly.
I didn't get the word.
Solemnly.
Oh, solemnly. SOLEMNLY.
That's it.
Okay, next up we have the Spellisarios.
I should say final.
Team sponsor, Hamilton Square Shopping Center. From The Adventures of Augie March by Saul Bellow. Hindrances. It was probably no accident that it was the cripple Hephaestus who made ingenious machines. A normal man didn't have to hoist or jack himself over hindrances by means of cranks, chains, and metal parts. Hindrances.
Okay, so Cindy and Ann, I've got Hindrancess.
Looks good to me.
Okay, so our spelling is Hindrancess.
Got it.
Are you going to do our cheer?
B, aggressive. B-E, aggressive. B-E-A-G-G-R-E-S-S-I-V-E. B, aggressive. B-E, aggressive.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay, next up we have To Infinitive and Beyond. Team sponsor, Kcf Technologies. From Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. Banisters. It had 2 stories with porches, with banisters and such things. Banisters.
All right, I think we are ready with our final spelling. And just a quick correction, we have Tara and Ola here with us tonight. And for our spelling, it's Bannisters.
You got it.
Okay. Next up, The Right Stuff. Team sponsor, McQuaid Blasco and Writing Tutors of Penn State. From The Last Samurai by Helen DeWitt. Secretarial. His youngest sister, Linda, wanted to be a singer, and she had now refused point blank to go to secretarial school. Secretarial.
Secretarial. S-E-C-R-E-T-A-R-I-A-L. Secretarial.
Correct. All right. Then next up, we have The Safe Travelers. Team sponsor, Tire Town. From My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. Acquiescent. Women who appeared to be silent, acquiescent, when they were angry, flew into a rage that had no end. Acquiescent.
Okay, wait, you're going to strategize and you're going to struggle, or are you going to struggle and you're going to strategize?
Oh, yeah.
Because we've unmuted for this, you know. And by the way, if you're tired of COVID and need a break, get your tires and brakes fixed at Tire Town. Acquiescent. A-C-Q-U-I-E-S-C-E-N-T. Acquiescent.
That's it.
You made the buzzer.
Okay, next up, we have the Money Masters. Team sponsor, U Financial and Winkin Wealth Management. Your word is parentheses. From Cider House Rules by John Irving. What is hardest to accept about the passage of time is that the people who once mattered the most to us wind up in parentheses. Parentheses.
Parentheses, P-A-R-E-N-T-H-E-S-E-S, Holly and Brianna.
That looks good to me.
Okay, P-A-R-E-N-T-H-E-S-E-S, final answer.
Correct. All right.
Yay.
And next up, how do you spell SCLO? Team sponsor, Wasson Insurance. From Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison. Profundity. Her mind traveled crooked streets and aimless goat paths, arriving sometimes at profundity, other times at the revelations of a 3-year-old. Profundity.
Looks like we agree, right? Ellen, you good with that? I'm not hearing Ellen. But anyway, okay.
Yes.
Okay, profundity. Profundity. Profundity.
Correct. And to end out the first round, we have Webster's Wise Guys, team sponsor, Webster's Bookstore and Cafe, and the White Porch Inn. And your word is from To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, conscience. The one thing that doesn't abide by majority rule is a person's conscience. Conscience.
All right, Rosa, this is all you.
Okay.
C-O-N, I got that part. S-C-I-E-N-C-E?
Yeah, that's what I had too.
Is that what you have? Okay,
Yes.
so you want me to read or you want to read?
Go ahead and read.
All right, final answer. Wait, sure doesn't look right on the screen, but C-O-N-S-C-I-E-N-C-E, conscience.
You got it.
All right.
All right, so everyone made it through the first round. Congratulations. It's on to round 2. We're back to the stargazers.
Question from the peanut gallery. A spell check on banisters. We do not believe it has 2 ends. We believe it has 1 end.
In Merriam-Webster's, it had 2.
What a loser.
But thanks for keeping us on our toes there. All right, the first word goes for the stargazers of round 2, Galen and Nancy Dreibelbis, team sponsors. Your word is grandiloquent. When I heard the salesman's grandiloquent speech, I knew he was trying to make the car deal sound better than it actually was. Grandiloquent.
Okay, I think we have something in the chat that we agree on. So should I just read it? Yeah, please go ahead. All right, so final answer. Grandiloquent.
Correct. All right. Next, batting for books, team sponsor, Galen and Nancy Dreibelbis. Obsequious. Saturday Night Live skewered Jeff Sessions for treating the president in an obsequious manner. Obsequious.
Okay, I don't know if there's a C, and well, your guess is as good as mine, Brad.
I'm gonna go with your spelling.
No. Oh gosh.
Yes or no?
I say let's just go with yours.
All right. Okay. Obsequeous.
I'm sorry, you needed a combination of the 2 of yours.
Yes, if it makes you feel any better, you are both wrong.
Yes.
Okay.
The correct spelling is Obsequious. So that's just one. You're still alive and kicking there.
Good try.
Next up, we have Booze and Shoes, team sponsor, Rapid Transit Sports. Accoutrements. There was plenty of champagne, large seats, and good food. Accoutrements you'd expect in first class. Accoutrements.
So 2 C's like that?
Yeah, that looks good.
Yep. Go ahead. Accoutrements. Accoutrements.
Correct.
You guys are good. Okay, moving along. The Beekeepers, team sponsor, Glenn and Linda Gall. Perspicacious. His perspicacious explanation helped the group resolve the problem. Perspicacious.
Okay, team. Perspicacious.
Your guess is as good as mine, Sally. I'm not so sure.
I'm not so sure either.
Go ahead, Sally.
Go for it.
We'll give it a try. Perspicious.
You missed it by one letter.
Ah, which one?
It's a C
There's
instead of
no
a T.
T. So the correct spelling is Perspicious.
Ah, okay.
Just one miss, so you're still strong there.
Thank
Good
you.
try.
Next up, the Spellbinders. Team sponsor, Baps Calland. Trenchant. Her trenchant wit enlivened the discussion. Trenchant.
I agree with you, Ashley.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Trenchant final spelling, Trenchant.
You got it.
Okay, next up, we have the Eager Readers team sponsor, Confer Toyota. Eschews. Jack eschews political discussions to keep his business afloat. Eschews.
We're going to go with Eschus.
I'm sorry, incorrect.
The correct spelling is Eschews. Eschews. But that's just your first miss, so hang in there. Next up, we have Better Than Autocorrect, team sponsors, Diamondback Truck Covers, and Scott Stilson. Magnanimous. She was elected chair because of her magnanimous manner. Magnanimous.
All right, Scott, I put one in there. I think we're on the same page.
We agree. And by the way, we don't need to read my name every time. It's getting a little awkward.
We appreciate your support and we want you to know it.
Well, sure. All right. Fair enough. So magnanimous, that is final answer, Magnanimous.
Correct. You got it.
All right, next up we have First Citizens Community Bank, team sponsor, First Citizens Community Bank. And your word is panache. He served as committee chair with panache. Panache.
Yeah, I'm not
Hey,
so
what do you
sure
think?
on this one.
Well, what do you think?
Can you repeat it? Can you use it in a sentence again?
Yes, panache. He served as committee chair with panache.
What do you think, Eddie?
Yeah, your guess is as best as, yeah.
Let's
go for
with
it.
Okay. Panache, Pannache.
I'm sorry, one too many letters in there.
Yeah, so close, but only
Yeah.
one N. Panache is the correct spelling. But you're still in there. That's just your first miss. So good luck next time. Next up, we have Foxdale Fanatics, team sponsor, Foxdale Village. Ameliorate. The long-term goal of the road construction was to ameliorate traffic problems. Ameliorate.
Ameliorate.
Sounds good.
Okay, final answer. Ameliorate.
Correct.
Okay, on to the Spellisarios. Team sponsor, Hamilton Square Shopping Center. Cupidity. When the president was arrested for theft of company funds, he made no attempt to apologize for his cupidity. Cupidity.
Pretty much Cupid with an ITY, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. CUPID. P-I-D-I-T-Y.
That's it.
Okay. Next up, we have To Infinitive and Beyond. Team sponsor, KCF Technologies. Indigenous. The rainforest was largely uninhabited with only a few pockets of indigenous communities. Indigenous.
All right, so I think we are ready with our final reading. Oh, maybe not, just kidding. All right, we're gonna go with INDIGENOUS.
That's it. You got it.
All right. And on to The Right Stuff. Team sponsor, McQuaid Glasgow and writing tutors of Penn State. Your next word is picaresque. In perhaps the most famous scene from the picaresque novel, Don Quixote tilts at 3 windmills that he sees as fearful giants. Picaresque.
Did you hear that?
Me?
Was I on mute?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Picaresque. Picaresque.
You got it.
Right. Next up, we've got the Safe Travelers. Team sponsor, Tire Town. Gustatory. Following the spelling bee, the participants were treated to an array of gustatory desserts paired with fine and expensive wines. Gustatory.
Yep. Gustatory. Now, if in memory of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, we have the Ruth Bader Ginsburg nodder. And Ruth, would you enjoy a gustatory dinner? Yes, I would. Gustatory. Why? Because we love you. Gustatory.
Katie, I missed that first letter. Can you guys start again?
Gustatory.
All right, you're good. You're good. Good job.
Next up, we've got the Money Masters. Team sponsor, U Financial and Wenken Wealth Management. Flummoxed. Every word in the final round flummoxed the struggling speller. Flummoxed.
No, I think that's right. Yeah, you guys are right. I just missed the edu. Jennifer, you want to say it?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I couldn't get my unmute thing to work. Flummoxed. FLUMMOXED. Final answer.
You got it.
All right.
Hey.
Yay.
Next up, how do you spell SFLO? Team sponsor, Lawson Insurance. Agita. The long primary season was causing collective agita among the let me start that again. Agita. The long primary season was causing collective agita among the campaign volunteers. Agita.
Virginia?
Easy. Go with Virginia's, I think.
Can we
Yes.
Okay. Final spelling, Agita, A-G-I-T-A, Agita.
You got it.
Thank you, Virginia.
Good move going with Virginia there. And finally, to wrap up the round, Webster's Wise Guys, team sponsor, Webster's Bookstore and Cafe, and the White Porch Inn. Inimitable. Her high wire contortionist routine was inimitable, which is why the show was canceled upon news of her death. Inimitable.
2 M's or one?
I think that's right.
You think that's
That's
right?
right. Mhm.
All right. Inimitable. I-N-I-M-I-T-A-B-L-E. Inimitable.
That's correct.
Okay, everyone's still there as we move on to round 3. So here we go.
Just a quick point of order here. My teammate and I both noticed we're on Mac OS, we're on Macs, and there is a keyboard setting that is operating system level for automatically correct. It is the autocorrect. In other words, did you make an announcement at the beginning that everybody should have that turned off that I missed, or?
No, I did not, and I did not know about that feature.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, we're all on honor system here in general, and I'm sure we're doing great.
Right. Right. Okay. If you have that feature, would you please turn it off?
I don't even know whether I have it. Do you know how to? Is it easy to turn off?
Yeah, it's easy to turn off. So again, I don't know if Windows has this thing or if you're on Linux or whatever, but if you're on Mac,
I'm on Mac.
All you're doing, so at the Apple menu in the upper left, you're clicking on System Preferences.
Uh-huh.
And then you're going to find Keyboard, which should be in the bottom section, I think, for most folks.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you're on the keyboard panel, you're going to click on the Text tab. And you'll see the top checkbox on the right says Correct Spelling Automatically.
Oh, mine wasn't even on. Okay.
Yours wasn't even ticked. Okay. Right. So just if everyone follow that again, that was System Preferences, Keyboard, the Text tab, and then you're unticking the Correct Spelling Automatically checkbox.
Thank you, Scott. There was a reason we gave you magnanimous for a word. That was very magnanimous of you to share that with us.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so as we go into round 3, we're back to Stargazers, team sponsor, Galen and Nancy Dreibelbis. Soliloquy. The crowd was moved to tears by the dying man's soliloquy. Soliloquy.
Okay. So final answer is SOLILOQUY.
Correct.
Thanks.
Wow, we are, this could be a long night. Some of you folks don't even think about it much. It just rolls off your tongues. Okay, next up we have Batting for Books, team sponsor, Galen and Nancy Dreibelbis. Facetious. Nick tried to explain to the TSA agent that his comments about terrorism and coronavirus were facetious. Facetious.
Any thoughts, Brad?
I'm going to go with your spelling.
All right, let's go for it.
Facetious.
You got it.
All
Thanks,
right.
Tracy.
Next up, we have Booze and Shoes, team sponsor, Rapid Transit Sports. Whippoorwill. A male whippoorwill does his courting after sunset in an elaborate ritual involving strutting, throat puffing, and a variety of noises. Whippoorwill.
Alex, right? Are you pretty confident on that? Yeah, I don't know that one. How about you, Mark?
Yeah, I think it's, well, I've got WHIPOORWILL. I don't know if there's 2 P's or not.
2 O's. Do you have 2 O's? Like this?
Yeah, but I think there's 2 P's.
Okay, you have to start spelling.
Go.
Okay, whippoorwill. WHIPPOORWILL.
That's correct.
Good under the gun spelling there. Although
Yeah.
that word really should have gone to Tire Town with all those double letters. Okay, on to the beekeepers. Team sponsor, Blake and Ruth Hall. Protean. She won a Tony Award for her portrayal of a protean character whose mood altered with each costume change. Protean.
Read the word, Kitty.
Protean.
Connie and Sally, Protien.
Protein or Teen. Connie, what do you think?
I thought maybe Proteon. So we all came up with a different one. It's not protein.
Protein. Proteon.
Okay, you got to pick one and start spelling.
Go ahead, Connie.
Proteon.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
You chose every vowel except the right one. The correct spelling is Protean.
Protein.
Protean.
Jeez.
We're close.
Bye. Goodbye.
Oh, and that's Cindy. Is that's the second one? Is that right?
We're the first ones to leave.
But you're so well dressed, so take comfort in that.
That's right.
That was a protean costume change. Next up, we have the Spellbinder. Team sponsor, Baps Calland. Avuncular. Walter Cronkite appealed to 1960s TV viewers for his avuncular manner as a network anchor. Avuncular.
That's right.
Yeah.
I wrote down.
Yep. Go for it, Ed.
Final spelling Avuncula.
Correct.
Okay, next up, we have the Eager Readers, team sponsor, Comfort Toyota. Penumbra. A partial lunar eclipse occurs when the moon passes into the penumbra or partial shadow. Penumbra.
Okay, I'm going to go with penumbra, Penumbra. Penumbra.
That's it.
Okay, next up we have Better Than Autocorrect. Team sponsors, Diamondback Truck Covers and Scott Stilson. Your word is Chandler. As the yacht's chandler, he delivered supplies for the full 2-week trip. Chandler.
Yeah, Ben, that's what I have too. So I'm going to go
Yeah.
ahead. All right. Chandler.
Go for it.
Final answer. Chandler. Chandler.
That's it. All right. Next up, we have First Citizens Community Bank, team sponsor, First Citizens Community Bank. Your next word is promulgate. The purpose of the documentary is to promulgate the importance of raising funds for additional cancer research. Promulgate.
Okay, what do you think? Eddie?
I sent you what I think it is, but it doesn't look very good to me.
Oh, sorry, I sent this. Sorry.
Yeah, that looks more.
Okay, let's go with that. What do you think?
You want me to say it?
Sure.
Okay. Promulgate. Promulgate.
You got it.
Right.
Right. Then it's on to the Foxdale Fanatics, team sponsor, Foxdale Village. Atrocious. The teacher blamed text messaging and social media for the students' atrocious spelling and grammar. Atrocious.
Atrocious? ATROCIOUS.
That's what I have.
Final answer, ATROCIOUS.
You got it.
And next up, the Spellisarios, team sponsor, the Hamilton Square Shopping Center. Your next word is pendulous. The ladies of the Southern Magnolia Garden Club sat quietly beneath the pendulous branches of the old willow tree, sipping their mint juleps. Pendulous.
Yeah, I agree, Cindy.
Yeah, me too.
Pendulous. Pendulous. Pendulous.
Correct.
No cheer? Woo! There you go. There you go. Next up, we have KCF Technologies, team sponsor, to infinitive and beyond. Risible. With their risible antics, the rodeo clowns entertained the audience and distracted the bull so the cowboy could make it to safety. Risible.
Can you give us the origin of that, please?
Latin.
Ooh. All right, we're gonna go for it. Risable.
I'm sorry now.
But close, just off by a letter. The correct spelling is Risible. Risible. And that's just your first, so no worries. Next up, we have the Right Stuff, team sponsor, McQuaid Blasco, and the writing tutors of Penn State. Puissant. Thurgood Marshall was one of the nation's most respected and puissant advocates for the rights of minorities. Puissant.
Etymology, please.
French.
Puissant. Puisant. Puissant.
I'm sorry, you missed one letter there.
Is it an E?
No, it's a double S. It's Puissant. Puissant. But that's a first, so you're still in there. Next up, we have the Safe Travelers, team sponsor, Tire Town. Lugubrious. He sang sad and lugubrious songs about his lost loves. Lugubrious.
Sorry, we were muted. Lugubrious. And if you need a lube, go to Tire Town. Lugubrious. Lugubrious. Lugubrious.
That's it.
Can't wait to see what the next round brings from you guys. Next up, we have Money Masters, team sponsor, U Financial and Wankin Wealth Management. Sonorous. The bells had a rich, sonorous sound. Sonorous.
I think that looks good, Jennifer. I like that.
Want to go ahead with it?
Yep, you want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sonorous.
You got it.
Yay.
All right. Next up, we have How Do You Spell Slow? Team sponsor, Wasson Insurance. Cantankerous. The crusty old senator was hard drinking, sexist, and cantankerous, but knew how to get filled fast. Cantankerous.
Yeah, I agree with what you guys have.
Okay.
Okay. Cantankerous, Cantankerous, cantankerous.
Correct.
Okay, and then the final one of this round is Webster's Wise Guys, team sponsor, Webster's Bookstore and Cafe and White Porch Inn. Pescatarian. She called herself a pescatarian, but made frequent secret visits to Burger King. Pescatarian.
Do you think it's PESCE or PESCA?
I think it's like you have it, but I'm not 100% sure.
You want to go with it or?
Yeah, so we have PESCETARIAN.
Sorry, missed it.
It was an A, not an E. It's PESCATARIAN. But that's just your first miss. And now we move along to round 4. I would like to preface round 4 with the fact that 2020 has been a year of undeniable fears about pandemics and civil wars and economic downturns. And someday words will be coined to describe the fear of running out of toilet paper or the fear of Penn State going 0-8. But the theme of this next round will be the fears we already have words for. And yes, you should be very afraid. Okay. Stargazers, to start round 4. Team sponsor and Nancy Dreibelbis. Your word is samhainophobia. For every person who suffers from samhainophobia, there are likely many more who love Halloween. Samhainophobia.
I think, I don't know. Do you agree with that? Or, all right. Okay, I guess I'll go again. So, final answer, SAMHAINOPHOBIA.
That's correct.
Oh my goodness, if I can't knock some of you out with this round, I'm in big trouble. So I'm the one who is now very afraid. Next up, we have Batting for Books, team sponsor, Galen and Nancy Dreibelbis. Your word is gyphyrophobia. Stopped in traffic midway on the 4-mile-long Chesapeake Bay Bridge, Lewis's gyphyrophobia kicked in. Gyphyrophobia, which is the fear of crossing bridges.
Let's see. I'm just gonna go with a more phonetic. Well, this is my best guess. It's probably got some other variation that I'm not picking up on.
Could you repeat the word?
Gyphyrophobia.
I'm going to go with my spelling this time, Tracy.
Got it.
Gyphyrophobia.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Although you did have a slight improvement over Tracy's spelling, so you only had one letter off. The correct spelling is GEPHYROPHOBIA. So,
and we're gone.
That's number 2. So sorry to see you leave. We hope to see you next year. Thanks for being here. Next up, we have Booze and Shoes, team sponsor, Rapid Transit Sports. Coulrophobia, which is the fear of clowns. For anyone with coulrophobia, last year's hit movie, The Joker, was particularly disturbing. Coulrophobia.
Can you say the origin?
Greek.
You? I have no idea. Oh, can you say it one more time?
Coulrophobia.
Coulrophobia? Okay, I would go with yours, Hillary.
Well,
Coulrophobia.
That okay. KULRAPHOBIA.
Sorry, incorrect.
The correct spelling is Coulrophobia. Coulrophobia. So very close there. And Mark, sorry, I guess you weren't hearing the L or hearing an R there.
Right, that's okay.
Okay, and that's just your first miss. Next up, we have the Spellbinders team sponsor, Baps Calland. Katsaradaphobia. Let me start again. Katsaradaphobia, which is the fear of cockroaches. Sarah did not have Katsaradaphobia, but the motel's less than sanitary conditions provoked nightmares of giant cockroaches. Katsaradaphobia.
If anybody has a guess, type it in. What's the origin?
Anglo-Saxon, plus the phobia is Greek.
Just a guess. I don't know if I'm hearing the consonants right. I think we agree.
Yes, we
Okay.
do. How about it?
Well, we'll just go with it. This is final. Katsaradaphobia.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
The correct spelling is Katsaradaphobia.
Oh my.
Katsaradaphobia.
What?
That's your first. You're still.
What was the first letter of the word?
K.
K.
Yes.
Okay.
Next up, we have the Eager Readers, team sponsor, Comfort Toyota. Triskaidekaphobia. To avoid scaring off tenants with triskaidekaphobia, the apartment building owner labeled the 13th floor as the 14th. Triskaidekaphobia.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Triskaidekaphobia.
You got it.
Amazing. Very good. Next, we go on to Better Than Autocorrect, team sponsor, Diamondback Truck Covers. And your word is taphophobia, which is the fear of being buried alive. In the 1800s, an inventor patented a coffin equipped with signaling devices and air tubes to address the worries of people with taphophobia. Taphophobia.
Origin?
Greek.
And could you pronounce it again, please?
Taphophobia.
Just have to agree about
I think you should use yours.
Where's mine? Could you just
Yeah.
say it one more time?
Taphophobia.
Okay, no. Okay, all right, we're going to give it a go. We've got Taphyphobia.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
Why? That's the only one that's wrong there. Otherwise, you had it perfectly. It's Taphyphobia. Taphophobia, and that is your first miss. Next up, we have First Citizens Community Bank, team sponsor, First Citizens Community Bank. And your word is glossophobia. In a 2018 survey, more than a quarter of the American population was found to be suffering from glossophobia, a rise in diagnoses that some attribute to the ability to speak anonymously online. Glossophobia, which is fear of public speaking.
You know what, Eddie? I'll go with what you have.
Okay.
It's close enough for me.
Glossophobia. Glossophobia.
Correct.
Oh, nicely done. Okay, next up we have Foxdale Fanatics, team sponsor, Foxdale Village. Emetophobia, which is fear of vomiting. To help her young patients get over their emetophobia, one pediatrician devised a formula for fake vomit made from cream of mushroom soup. Emetophobia.
Emetophobia. A-M-E-T-A.
Is in Elise?
Yeah.
We go with that?
Yeah.
Okay. A-M-E-T-A-P-H-O-B-I-A.
I'm sorry, incorrect.
The correct spelling is E-M-E-T-O-P-H-O-B-I-A. Emetophobia. But that's just your first. Next up, we have the Spelisarios, team sponsor, the Hamilton Square Shopping Center. Your next word is pogonophobia, which is the fear of beards. Due to his paralyzing pogonophobia, little Malcolm refused to sit on Santa's lap at the mall. Pogonophobia.
Katie, can you say it one more time?
Pogonophobia.
Also from the Greek?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
P-O-G-A-N-O-P-H-O-B-I-A.
I'm sorry. One letter off.
Those schwas will get you every time. It's P-O-G-O-N-O-P-H-O-B-I-A. Pogonophobia. That's your first miss. So you're still alive there. Next up, we have to infinitive and beyond, team sponsor, Kcf Technologies. Nyctophobia, which is fear of the dark. The nursery was kept well lit at night to ward off the nyctophobia that made the children certain that monsters were lurking in the dark. Nyctophobia.
Could you say it one more time and do the origin, please?
Nyctophobia, and it's Greek.
Gonna CTO.
Y-C-I-A, nyctophobia. And I believe that's your second. Is that right, Cindy?
Yes, it is.
Okay. John, thank you so much for joining us. Same time next year. Well, maybe not. We'll be back. Next up, we have the and writing tutors of Penn State. The word is bromidrophobia, which means fear of smelling bad. Nicholas addressed his bromidrophobia by layering his flying throughout the day. Bromidrophobia.
Word origin, please.
Greek. And let me say that one more time since I butchered it a couple of times. Bromidrophobia.
Olivia, I'm not sure between those two letters. What do you think?
I would guess the first one, just from the Greek origin, but I'm not sure.
Let's go with that. Bromidrophobia. BROMYDRAPHOBIA.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
But pretty darn close. It's BROMIDROPHOBIA. Bromidrophobia. Oh, and that is your second one also, the right stuff. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, next up we have the Safe Travelers. Team sponsor, Tire Town. Trypanophobia, which is the fear of needles. The mere smell of an alcohol swab at the doctor's office triggered Natalie's trypanophobia, even though she wasn't scheduled for a vaccination. Trypanophobia.
I like E. Okay, well, if you're on needles and pins about your car care, make sure you go to Tire Town and get it taken care of. Trypanophobia. We think TREPANOPHOBIA, trypanophobia.
I'm sorry, incorrect.
Oh.
It's TRYPANOPHOBIA.
He had it. He had it. Do over. Recount.
That's just your first. Okay, next up we have the Money Masters, team sponsor, U Financial and Wenken Wealth Management. Omphallophobia, which is the fear of belly buttons. From the perspective of someone with omphallophobia, a belly button looks like the knot on a balloon and has no place on the human body. Omphallophobia.
Can you repeat that word again, please?
Omphallophobia.
All right, that's tricky.
Once more.
Omphallophobia.
I can't tell if she's saying on.
I have no clue. Do you have a guess?
I can't even understand what she said.
I guess we're going with mine.
Yeah.
OMPHELAPHOBIA.
I'm sorry, close but incorrect.
Oh, really?
That's very close. The correct spelling is OMPHALOPHOBIA.
The letters.
Omphallophobia.
That was
your first.
That was great.
It was a great effort for sure.
It was.
Next up, how do you spell SCLO? Team sponsor, Wasson Insurance. Your word is ephibophobia, which means fear of young people. Machiavelli believed that Florence could not have a standing army of young warriors because too many of the city's elders suffered from ephibophobia. Ephibophobia.
Oh.
Actually, I think I meant it with a Y instead of with an I.
With a Y? What do you think, Virginia?
I don't know. Virginia, Ellen, either of you have a thought on that?
I don't have a clue. Can you say it again?
Ephibophobia.
So it's an is sound. Y or I? Just tell me quick.
Y.
Okay. Ephibophobia. EPHEBYPHOBIA.
I'm sorry, Katie, these are brutal.
You chose poorly there. It was the I.
Oh, man.
I'm so sorry.
EVIPHOBIA. And the final word of this hellish round is, goes to Webster's Wise Guys, team sponsor, Webster's Bookstore and Cafe, and the White Porch Inn. Pocrescophobia. After years of wrestling in the lightweight class, Harry developed pocrescophobia, and he avoided eating out with friends. It's the fear of gaining weight. Pocrescophobia.
I'm not sure if I'm Propesco. Well, I obviously have a typo in there for the phobia part. But,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm even hearing her properly, but
Can you say it one more time?
Pocrescophobia. Can you say it one more time?
Yeah. Pocrescophobia.
Prescophobia.
Pocrescophobia.
No R. There's no R there. Do you want to type it in again? Go for it,
Okay.
Rosa.
Are we doing with the P or without the P?
With the P.
Okay, so we have Pocrescophobia.
I'm sorry, incorrect.
It was a pocrescophobia. 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 Okay, that round's all over. Sadly for Webster's Wise Guys, so are you. That's your second one. It's always a pleasure to have you here. So join us again next year. And that takes us to round 5. And let me quickly see how many teams we're down to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that what you have, Cindy? 11 teams remaining?
I think I have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4 out. Oh, wait, excuse me. I didn't cross one out. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, 11. Okay. All right. So now we go back briefly into more normal words. Team for round 5, the team is Stargazers, team sponsor Galen and Nancy Dreibelbis. Your first word is inchoate. The newly appointed chief of staff has inchoate suspicions that the road ahead will be rocky. Inchoate.
Okay, yeah, let's go with that. So inchoate, INCHOATE.
Correct.
Okay. And next up, we have Booze and Shoes, team sponsor, Rapid Transit Sports. Indefeasible. In many countries, universal health care is an indefeasible government benefit. Indefeasible.
What's the origin?
Latin.
I don't know. Does that look okay, Darlene?
Yep, that's what I have.
Go for it.
Who?
You.
Me. Okay. Indefeasible. Correct spell. The answer. INDEFEASIBLE.
Correct.
All right. Nicely done. Next up, we have the Spellbinders, team sponsor, Baps Callan. Vicissitudes. They remain friends for 40 years despite the vicissitudes of life and politics. Vicissitudes.
That look great.
I think that looks good.
Yes. Yes.
Final spelling Vicissitudes.
Correct.
Very good. Next up, we've got the eager readers, team sponsor, Comfort Toyota. Your next word is condign. If the allegation were true, this leak would constitute a serious breach of national security and would merit condign punishment. Condign.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Condign, condign.
Correct.
Very good. The silent G didn't get you. Next up, we have better than autocorrect, team sponsor, Diamondback truck covers. Your next word is bibliotaph. Although he was an avid bibliotaph, he did not care for first editions. Bibliotaph.
Well, looks
Yes,
looks like we agree, even though we've never heard of it.
yeah.
Let's see. So bibliotaph, here we are, final answer, Bibliotaph.
Correct.
Nicely done for a word you've never heard before. Next up, we have First Citizens Community Bank, team sponsor, First Citizens Community Bank. Hebetic. How intent EO is on imitating the frenzy of the Hebetic girls. Hebetic.
Paula, I sent you what I think it is.
Okay. I go, yeah. That's my thought.
Okay. Hebetic. Hebetic.
Correct.
We're done.
Good.
Next up, we have Foxdale Fanatics, team sponsor, Foxdale Village. And your word is grawlix. In his tweet, the president diplomatically replaced his slur with a grawlix. Grawlix.
Grawlix. Grolick. I'm just. What do you think, Helen? I think you see. Just I see. Yeah, that's. No idea what it means. Okay, final spelling, Grolic.
I'm sorry, incorrect.
The proper spelling is Grawlix.
Okay, that's our second one.
Okay. Oh, Foxdale Fanatics, it's always a pleasure to have you, and we miss being there at Foxdale Village and hope to be back next year.
Thank you.
Next up are the Spelisarios, team sponsor, Hamilton Square Shopping Center.
Got the wrong.
Your word is adductor. The second baseman was on the 10-day disabled list due to a strain in his left adductor. Adductor.
What do you think? You like the two Ds?
Katie, can you say it one more time?
Adductor.
Adductor. I want there to be a B in there, but there's no B in there. So
I like the two Ds also.
I don't know.
You go with yours.
Adductor. Adductor. Adductor.
Correct.
Woohoo! Yeah, that warrants a little cheer. Next up, we have the Safe Travelers, team sponsor, Tire Town. Anaphylaxis. Because of his bee allergy, Lamar always carried an EpiPen to reverse anaphylaxis.
Anaphylaxis. I think it's anaphylaxis.
Okay, well, in case you run into barriers on the road, you want to travel safely with the Safe Travelers from Tire Town. Take it from Kitty here. Anaphylaxis. A-N-A-P-H-A. Hey, don't interrupt. A-N-A-P-H-A-L-A-X-I-S. Anaphylaxis.
I'm sorry, you're off by one letter.
Phylaxis.
The correct spelling is Anaphylaxis. Did you have that again this time? Are you packing up your road gear and going home now? It is so much fun having you here. Thank you for brightening our evenings.
We want that contest prize money.
It's big money too. Not to mention all the endorsements that you'd get. Next up, we've got the Money Masters team sponsor, U Financial and Wenken Wealth Management. Your word is fricassee. The chicken fricassee was accompanied by a shrimp and lentil salad. Fricassee.
I think that looks good. I have no clue.
Let's see. So I'm not sure which one. 2 S's or 1 S? I'm guessing 1 S.
Yeah, go with the 1 S.
All right. Fricassee. F-R-I-C-A-S-E-E. Final answer.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you should have gone with the 2 S's. It was F-R-I-C-A-S-S-E-E. Fricassee.
Oh, well. It was fun while it lasted.
Well, it was fun having you here, Money Masters. So you'll all come back.
Oh, we'll be back.
Okay, thanks. Next up, we have How Do You Spell SCLO? Team sponsor, Wasson Insurance. Your word is aneurysm. White Sox pitcher Danny Farquhar did not want to take questions from the press about the ruptured brain aneurysm that sent him to the hospital last year. Aneurysm.
Yeah.
That look right, guys?
Yep. I think that's what I was.
Okay. Aneurysm. A-N-E-U-R-I-S-M. What? Hold on.
I think it has a Y in it, but I'm wait.
So hold on. We're
Type it out.
not done.
Maybe I'm wrong. No, but I think it has a Y in it.
We'll take a look at that.
Yes, do that.
That okay.
I think.
A revised final
I don't
answer
know.
is
Is it?
A-N-E-U-R-Y-S-M, aneurysm.
Good, you made the revision. Correct.
Ooh,
All right. Thanks, Alan.
good quick
There. Yeah.
Okay, next up we have Webster's Wise Guys. Team sponsors, Webster's Bookstore and Cafe and the White Porch Inn. And your word is Weimaraner. The Weimaraner's first place finish in the dog show made its owner nostalgic for his home of Weimar in Germany, where the breed was developed. Weimaraner.
I think they're done, that team.
They're done, Katie.
Oh, they are. Okay,
They're done.
sorry about that. Then that goes to the Stargazers, Galen and Nancy Dreibelbis. I'll give you that again. Weimaraner. The Weimaraner's first place finish in the dog show made its owner nostalgic for his home of Weimar in Germany, where the breed was developed. Weimaraner.
I think we should go with my spelling. Okay. Yeah, does that look okay? All right. Weimaraner. Weimaraner.
Correct. You got it. Nicely done. Okay, next up we have Booze and Shoes, team sponsor, Rapid Transit Sports. Your word is cauterize. Laser beams have been used to cauterize and heal ulcers. Cauterize.
Darlene, good.
Look good?
All of a sudden, I can't hear anybody.
Cauterize. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Mark.
Cauterize. Cauterize.
Correct.
Okay. Next up, we have the Spellbinders, team sponsor, Babs Calland. And your next word is sclerotic. Many proponents of Brexit had legitimate complaints about the EU, which they believe to be a sclerotic and overweening supranational body. Sclerotic.
No, that's just a guess. No.
SC, no H.
Okay.
I'm sorry, SCLEROTIC. What do you think?
SCL. That one.
EROTIC.
Carolyn, that good?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. S, final spelling, SCLEROTIC.
That's it.
Got it. Okay. Next up, we have the Eager Readers, team sponsor, Comfort Toyota. Tchotchke. He bristled at the suggestion that his beloved pig mug was a mere tchotchke. Tchotchke.
Okay, I'm gonna go with CHATCHKA.
Incorrect.
The correct spelling is TCHOTCHKE. Tchotchke. And that is your second miss, I believe.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay, so thank you so much for joining us, Eager Readers. You'll come back. Okay. Next up, we have, let's see where we are. Better Than Autocorrect, team sponsor, the Diamondback truck covers. Your next word is rubicund. She watched the color drain from her husband's rubicund complexion as the news sunk in that they were expecting triplets. Rubicund.
Whew. Ben, that's what I was thinking too.
Could you say it one more time?
Rubicund.
Yeah, she's like closing, she's like voicing the final consonant there, and it makes me want to put something else, but that doesn't look familiar to me. It looks more familiar with the unvoiced consonant, with the T.
Katie, what document are you looking at?
It's number 17.
I think if we run out of time, then we can keep staring at the word, but I'm going to just go with what we both thought it was at first. So,
okay.
All right, at risk of, well, here we go. Rubicund, RUBICANT.
Katie, you're gonna have to confirm that. Mine stopped.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. It is RUBICUND.
CUND.
And I believe that's number 2 for you.
It is.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And next up, we have First Citizens Community Bank, team sponsor, First Citizens Bank. And your next word is propinquity. The bride-to-be was distressed by the propinquity of the slaughterhouse to her wedding venue. Propinquity.
How does that look?
Oh, wow, that was so fast. I was just starting to type it. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay. Propinquity. I can't even pronounce it. Propinquity.
That's right. Okay, let's see. Next, we are at the Spellisarios, team sponsor, the Hamilton Square Shopping Center. Your next word is prophesied. When Muhammad prophesied, people wrote down what he said on palm leaves, which were kept any old how in a box. Prophesied.
Can you say it one more time?
Prophesied.
Past tense. Yeah.
Russell, what do you think about that? Cindy, what do you think about?
Yeah, I got the same in here.
Yeah, let's go with and.
Go ahead, Ann.
Okay, prophesied. Prophetsied.
That is correct. Woohoo! Nicely done there. And that brings us to how do you spell SCLO? Team sponsor, Wasson Insurance. And your word is rapscallions. According to Huck Finn, all kings is mostly rapscallions, as far as he can make out. Rapscallions.
Okay, I'll go with it. Or is it 2 P? Yeah, that looks right.
Is that, you guys okay with that?
Yeah, you guys said the same thing.
Virginia? All right. Rapscallions. RAPSCALLIONS. Rapscallions.
Okay, and that brings us, that is correct, and that brings us out of that round and into round 7. Janet, this is your final round. This is the final round that we're going into now, so.
Yep, I have the round 6. It goes up to 33.
Okay.
I think I'm good there.
All right, the Stargazers, team sponsor, Galen and Nancy Dreibelbis. Your first word is surcingle. The Pony Express rider tightened the surcingle to ensure that the mail pack would not tumble from the horse's back. Surcingle.
Could you give the definition?
A belt, band, or girth passed around a horse's body to hold a saddle in place.
What do you think? I feel like it starts with like this, but maybe not. Oh, I can't hear you. What?
I'm just guessing. So single. I think it's C. Okay, go ahead.
Start spelling.
Okay, I'll just guess. CERCINGLE.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
The correct spelling is SURCINGLE. So very close, just off by that first letter. And that's just your first miss. Next up, we have Booze and Shoes, team sponsor, Rapid Transit Sports. Your next word is majuscule. The Greek alphabet initially had only majuscule forms. Majuscule.
I have a clue, so I'll go with that.
Okay,
All right.
Maxwell, Magiscule.
Final spelling? That's incorrect. I'm sorry.
The correct spelling is Maguscule, majuscule.
Oh, Hillary, it was so close.
That it was so close, and a great effort as always.
Minuscule.
So thanks for being with us, Booze and Shoes. And that takes us to the Spellbinders. Team sponsor, Baps Calland. Pleochroism.
What?
The mineral-strong pleochroism produced gemstones whose colors ranged from sky blue to deep lavender. Pleochroism.
Can you repeat that?
Pleochroism.
What's the definition?
The property of certain crystals of exhibiting different colors when viewed from different directions under transmitted light.
Can you say it one more time?
Pleochroism.
I think it has an H in there.
No, but I'm wondering if it's either E or I, but go with that. Go with.
What I said?
Go ahead.
All right. Pleocroism.
Oh, one letter off.
Correct spelling is Pleochroism. So there was an H in there, pleochroism. Let's see, that's number 2 for you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to see you go. You really made a comeback there after that first miss, and it was good having you here.
Thank you. It's fun.
And that takes us down to First Citizens Community Bank. Team sponsor, First Citizens Community Bank. Your word is zein. The zein film on the vitamin capsules had been affected by the low freezing storage temperature. Zein.
I'm not.
You know what? I'd go with yours. I was thinking about an I, but I would go with yours. That it makes more sense to me.
Okay.
I have no idea, but
Neither do I. So this is a guess.
Yes, it is.
Zean. Xean.
I'm sorry. Good guess, but no.
Actually, this one was spelled exactly like it sounds. Z-E-I-N. Zein. Sometimes we throw those in there just to see. And I believe that's your second one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, First Citizens Community Bank. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
You really came back after that, an early miss, and then you hung in there for 6 more rounds. So way to go. Okay, next up we have the Spellisarios, team sponsor, Hamilton Square Shopping Center. Vigesimal. The primitive community members used only their fingers and toes to count, which is how they developed their vigesimal scale. Vigesimal.
Can we have a definition, please?
Relating to or based on the number 20.
Oh. I wonder if it's MAL, like decimal.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So Vigesimal. What do you think about that?
I have no idea.
Go with yours, Ann.
Well, okay. Okay, so vigesimal, Vigesimal.
You got it.
Nicely done. There is a critical thinker for you, like decimal. Way to go. Okay, and that brings us to how do you spell SCLO? You guys are still there, right? You're still in?
We are.
Team sponsor, Wasp Insurance. Your next word is Schlieren. The Schlieren showed up as golden streaks in the igneous rock. Schlieren.
Can we get the origin, please?
German.
The alternatives?
I think
I'm
just spelling them out to see what they look like. I think you're probably right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right.
Fine.
Schlieren. S-C-H-L-E-R-A-N. Schlieren.
I'm sorry, incorrect.
Very
No.
close, though. The correct spelling is S-C-H-L-I-E-R-E-N. You don't often get those 4 consonants in a row, but you guys got them. Schlieren.
All right. Thank you.
That's number 2. Thank
Yeah.
you for joining us. It's always great to have How Do You Spell SCLO? And I think we had some new team members this year.
Yeah. Thank you, Virginia and Ellen.
Virginia, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let me do a quick regroup here and see how many teams we have left. We've got the Stargazers. We've got the Spellisarios. Are we down to just 2?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, here we go. Okay, next up, the Stargazers, team sponsor, Galen and Nancy Dreibelbus. Your next word is Xebec. The British sloop sinking of the Spanish Xebec in 1801 is considered one of the most remarkable ship actions in naval history. Xebec.
Any ideas? Yeah. What's the origin?
Arabic.
Oh,
Feedback.
maybe it's a K then. Well, I can't hear you. Can you put it in the chat? Okay, I'm gonna go with Z-E-B-E-K.
Sorry, incorrect.
It's Z-E-B-E-C, but very close. And even though that's your second, this is the start of another round, and we're not doing a sudden death, so we will give the Spellisarios one last chance. This is it. If you spell this one right, you win the whole shebang. Shebang is not your word. So there you go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bruxism. As Harry's bruxism grew worse, Thelma fantasized about having her own bedroom. Bruxism.
You give us a definition, please. Does it perhaps mean snoring?
Involuntary habitual grinding of the teeth, typically during sleep. Yes, and acting it out will probably make you spell it right.
I think it's just with an X, B-R-U-X-I-S-M.
Okay. I have no idea. I've never heard the word before.
All right, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
B-R-U-X-I-S-M.
You got it.
We have a winner. Congratulations to the Spellisarios, team sponsor, Hamilton Square Shopping Center. Big round of applause. Thank you to everyone, and I'm going to turn it back over to Amy Wilson for some final remarks.
High five. High five. High five.
Thank you, everyone. And can we all give Katie an incredible round of applause? Just such a great job. Such a fun movie. And I want to thank CNET as well for making this live. And also they will be showing it on television a number of times. And I'll make sure everyone gets the links and the schedule for that. I'd like to thank all the sponsors and spellers. You've done an amazing job raising funds for literacy, which means so much to our community. And I'd like to thank the judges as well. They did a great job keeping track. So there will be first, second, and third place prizes for our top 3 teams. I'll be in touch with you about what those prizes are. And I'd also like to award the costume prizes. Mary Dupuy was the judge. So first place goes to the AAW State College branch team and their beekeeper outfits, great costumes. And then second place goes to Tire Town and their unique presentations. And then third place goes to the Spelisarios. So it seems like the Spelisarios have multiple prizes this year.
Number 1, we're number 3.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So congratulations to everybody. We always think of you as the bravest of everyone to be in a spelling bee. You did a great job. And are there any last words from you, Katie?
No, none from me. Just keep on spelling.
Okay. Thank you all, and keep in touch with us, and I'll send some notes out to you. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.
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 Bye. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Clap. Russell Whistler-Hicken. Good job, man. We love you guys. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Stop the count. We're not going to concede.
Thank you for timing, Carmen.
You guys.
Good job, everyone.
Katie, the phobia round was impossible.
It was a challenging round, the phobia round.
Almost 8 o'clock. Can you imagine if we hadn't had that round?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You are amazing spellers, truly, all of you.
Russell's an